Hey, it's Dr. Lee, and I'm really excited about our upcoming strategy call where we can outline a three-step plan that you know is the right steps for you to be taking to get to 200 visits this year. The first step that I like to take with people that I talk to is what I call my chiropractic algebra or your chiropractic algebra. And so if you hang in there with me for a couple of minutes here, when we speak, I can get your feedback from your assessment from this strategy. And so the business of chiropractic, secondary to the mission, and again, to give service to that, it's my view, it's the real reason why I think that all chiropractors should strive to get to at least 200 visits a week, is that there's a huge need, and it is up to us to enlighten people as to the benefits of care and the consequences of not having care, and that 200 visits a week is a warrior level. And then there are huge returns for the chiropractor that can get to 200 visits a week. The business formula, the full business formula, which actually talks about collections, is what I call chiropractic algebra. And I would even repeat this out loud. Collections equals new patients times patient visit average times office visit average. Again, collections equals new patients times patient visit average times office visit average. Patient visit average is the total number of visits that your patient will get in their lifetime on average. And you calculate it by taking the total number of visits, dividing it by the total number of new patients. The longer period that you look at, the more accurate this number is. If you had last year's totals, that would certainly be an accurate number. OVA, office visit average, is what you collect per visit, or, and perhaps looking at it another way, every time the door opens to your practice and there's a visit, this is what we're going to collect on average. And the formula here is total collections divided by total visits. And so in this case, if there were $50,000 collected and 800 visits, let's say in a given month, that would be $62.50 per visit, right? Again, the first error when I speak with chiropractors is they don't really know these three numbers, and they give me a wide range, and that's a sign of bad management. And so if we look at the formula and we're building it out, you can collect $655,200 a year by having 7 new patients per week, building a retention of 30, and collecting $60 a visit. The first thing that I want you to do is to adjust all of these numbers to your actual situation, right? Stick with 7 new patients a week, 1 per calendar day, 365 per year, except during leap year when it's 366. But use whatever retention you want to use, and use whatever OVA is reasonable for your practice, and determine what that would collect. But I think that these are all reasonable numbers, right? The work then becomes is, how do we do 7 new patients per week, week after week, month after month, year after year? If it's the 22nd of the month, you should have 22 new patients, right? And so I believe that that work is done in 5 silos, right? Is marketing on the internet, marketing to be exposed to employees at their place of work. I call that corporate marketing. Public marketing is interacting at the right public events for your office. Internal is all the marketing designed to stimulate referrals. And I also believe in a circle of influence. The people that you meet and the relationships that you make should lead to tons of new patients. And so as we go through these, what I'd like you to do on each of these posted, if, for example, these 5 things, is I'd like you to score yourself. Are you yellow? Are you red? Are you yellow? Or are you green? And so if you're already getting 20 new patients a month from the internet or better, you're green. If you're getting a reasonable amount, but not an abundance, you're yellow. If you really don't generate new patients from the internet, you're red. Similarly for the other 4 silos of marketing. To build PVA, I believe we need to master each of our patient contacts. So it's day 1, day 2, regular office visit, new patient orientation class, the re-exam, re-report of findings. ChiroCare is the graduation visit, and then the reactivating old patient visits. And so for each of these, again, I'd like you to grade yourself yellow to red. Red is that you don't really do it. And so like maybe there's not an official graduation visit in your office, you'd be red there. If you're super solid on day 1 and day 2, with whatever scripts and procedures that you use, if the right percentage of people are going to say yes at the end of day 2, then you're green. Similarly, in the third column, I put all the office procedures that I believe that are still necessary to run 200 visits a week or more. And you should know that they're designed to run, I have clients that, have routinely run over 500 a week, over 700 a week, trying to get to 1,000 a week. So the new patient phone call, the MAP card, scheduling individual patients for all of their care, batch booking, financial agreements. What happens if somebody misses an appointment? We like to spin it the kept appointment procedure. Your daily paperwork, your clinical documentation. Your admin alignment is being able to unite your vision to your goals, to your battle plan, to your daily actions. And so are you yellow? Are you red? Are you green? This third column is how we act as managers, right? Stats, daily, weekly, monthly stats, and one-stop front desk. So again, for each of these, are you yellow, red, or green? And so when you put it all together, this is what the business plan looks like. And it's also, of course, what I work with clients on in order to make sure that we're firing on all cylinders, right? And so what's really possible, in a 200 visit a week practice, right? It's a little bit less than 30 times 30, but, certainly collecting $500,000 and even, at $100 a visit, so 200 a week, right? You're all good at this part of the algebra. 200 a week for 50 weeks is 10,000 visits a year. And so whatever you collect per visit, it'll be times 10,000. And so if you can collect $70 a visit, 200 a week is 700,000, right? And so I have clients that collect $100 a visit, which is $1 million. And so that's another fun game, is whatever your number is, how many people a week do you need to see to do $1 million? And so the last step of this call is to calculate your gap, right? So where are you today? What is your actual money? So currently I'm at 18 new patients a month, a PVA of 20, collecting $70 a visit and averaging whatever that comes out to, $28,000 a month. I'm making up the numbers, right? And where you want to be, right? And what the 3 numbers are. And so it turns out that the gap ends up being a lot lower than you think. So I look forward to talking to you soon and to giving you a battle plan to get after this.